Good morning. And this week is coming to a close. So week 2 of our season is that's my wipers, by the way, going across the window. Every once in a while you hear that. Week 2 is coming to a close with craziness. Rain's expected today, around 1 or 2, but then it's supposed to just go to cloudy again, so it should be like a passing band. And then tonight it's supposed to rain. Midnight it's supposed to rain. And then tomorrow it's supposed to rain like all afternoon. So we got 19 yards that I got to get done between today and tomorrow. And then I also have an estimate to give and in an area where I'm working today, but he's got like some bushes and trees, palm trees or something he wants to trim. And then I also have 2 houses to wash. So I could do the house washes Saturday, or hell, I could do the house washes tomorrow in the rain, depending on the situation of the homes. You know, you got to have dwell time. So like the gutters and stuff like that, you know, you can't have the rain hitting the gutters if they got gutters, because the bleach won't clean the gutters. You'll be screwed. It just won't work. But if that's not the case, then I can do some house washes tomorrow, and then if I have to do some mowing on Saturday, I can. But I got a friend. Remember, I got a friend. Oh, by the way, my outfit today. This is my IDGAF. You know what that means? IDGAF outfit. That's what this is. So if you don't know what that means, you weren't meant to know what that means. If you know what that means, then you're old enough to know what that means. But let's just say the F is the full letter word. So that's what this outfit is. This is my. I got 19 yards to do, basically, in a day and a half, working solo, coming off of a 12-yard day, coming off of a winter, and my back is sore, my arms are sore, everything about me is sore, because I'm not used to working like this. You know, it's going to take a couple weeks for me to get toned back up, you know what I mean? Like holding the weed eater and everything, things start cramping up on you. And especially my back, right behind my shoulder blades, right in there. I guess that's my rhomboids. Man, they really hurt. It's like a small muscle, but it really hurts. It feels like a knife in there sometimes. But, so yeah, 19 yards that we got to get done, and maybe more. So we'll see. But I don't want to not get my customers done between today and tomorrow. I don't want any customers going through this weekend not serviced, because by the time I get to a Monday, things will really be freaking screwy. And I don't want that. By Monday, I should be falling onto yards that are already cut. I already did them. Everything looks good. And I'm going to be in and out. So I called a friend. Well, he's not a friend. I called my buddy. Well, he's not my buddy. I called a guy who rents my house out, my other house, who I stood up with a lawnmower and a weed eater, and I'm going to continue to stand up with equipment. So I talked to him this morning and said, hey, I got yards if you got time. And he was like, yeah, he's got to take his niece to work or something, drop her off. So I said, all right, well, let me get things situated, and you just bounce around with your push mower, and we'll just set up like an hourly wage or something, and I'll compensate him for gas. You know, I got to throw him a 20 for gas, even though I'll just throw him a 10 for gas, because he's up. I'm going to start work where he drops his niece off, and then we're just going to work our way back down toward his house anyway. So he's not really burning any gas, to be honest with you. But I'll throw him like a 10 for gas for using his own truck. But I mean, he's basically being used as a contractor. And then I'm just going to have him bounce around with me today. And the yards that I can't get my riding mower in, I'll have him go back and push mow. And even if I can't get my riding mower back there, I might just have him go back there and push mow. And, you know, try to teach him how to mow nice straight lines. He's never done this stuff before. So I want to make sure that he knows what he's doing with the mower. And I might let him weed eat a little bit, but I doubt that, because that's my thing, man. That's my thing. But I'll have him start taking up that slack to help me move along. So, you know, if I only have almost, if I could say to you guys, hey, look, I got 19 front yards to do today, between today and tomorrow, I could do 19 front yards between today. I mean, I could do 19 whole yards between today and tomorrow. I mean, that's a 10-yard day and a 9-yard day. I mean, that's nothing. I do that all the time. The problem is we got rain coming, and I'm only going to have probably a half a day tomorrow. So if I do, like, let's say I do 12 today, and I got 7 to do tomorrow, I'll have to have those 7 done pretty much by lunch, and it's going to be wet grass, and some of them are going to be first-time cuts. Not all of them, though. Quite a bit of the ones that we have today are not first-time cuts. Quite a bit are. So, you know, if I can get through 14 or 15 yards today with the help of that guy, that will really put me in a good position to get 4 or 5 done tomorrow, and then be able to assess the pressure wash situation. But there's something I want to clear up from yesterday that was a little bit confusing. Nobody called me out on it yet. It's 8 a.m. Thursday, and maybe somebody will see it, will watch that yesterday's video, the vlog, the 30th of March, and they might get confused and call me out on that $80 situation, not wanting to go into that neighborhood for 80 bucks. And then after I did 2 yards, I said, I'll go into that neighborhood for 80 bucks all day long. When I rewatched that and I put myself in your shoes, not knowing what I meant, that was really confusing. It's like, okay, in 1 minute you say you don't want to go in there, and the next minute you say you do want to go in there. What I meant to say was, the 2 huge yards, I don't want to go in there for 80 bucks. But if I can keep her in a huge yard, then that would be worth it, because her yard's not a huge yard. Her yard's an easy yard. So that would then make it a little bit better. One of those huge yards I might not be doing this year. We have to see. There's situations going on there I don't want to talk about. Nothing major. It's on their end, private, personal stuff. So we may or we may not do one of those huge yards that's $40. If I could do all 3 of them, that'd be great. Like I said, that's 120 bucks in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I got all 3 of those yards done, and it's on a cul-de-sac, and I have them on lock, and they look great. You know, that's not bad. It takes me about 2 hours, I guess. 120 bucks. That's not great money, but I mean, it's 60 bucks an hour residential. So I mean, you can't really, that's not bad, and no gas spent once you get there. But if I lose that big yard and I keep the middle yard and a big yard, then that's an $80 that I would like to keep. If I keep the 2 big yards, but I lose the middle yard because the new tenants or the new owner of the home don't want me to do their yard, they want to do it themselves, or they bring in their own guy or something, then I don't want to do that 80 bucks. That's too much work for 80 bucks. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense, because that was really freaking confusing, and I didn't mention the part about not possibly having one of those big yards this year. So, like, for instance, it was done already because of family. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna wait to see what they want to do. So that's what we got going on today. We got 19 yards today, and I'd like to get 19 yards done today. I mean, we're not going to, and my buddy's not experienced or fast enough to make it where I can do 19 yards today. He's just not. He can't run the 0 turn, and I haven't trained him yet on that, and I'm not going to put him on that. He's just going to push mow, and I can't really expect him to do much more than maybe 6 or 7 backyards today. But if he can help me do 6 or 7 backyards, and if he can help me with, like, blowing off, because he can blow off and he can push a mower. If he can do those 2 things, he can help me move along. And I can even leave, if he's still mowing a backyard, I can weed eat, edge, get the front yard mowed, and I can start blowing off the front yard to what I want, leave him a handheld blower and say, okay, when you're done, blow off the back porch, and here's the next address, meet me there. And you know what I mean? And we can just keep on keeping on from there. So we'll just have to see. There's no reason why I can't do that. I can trust him to do that. But you know, it's got to have the trimmer's touch. So if it doesn't have the trimmer's touch, then, you know, we got issues. And he doesn't have the trimmer's touch yet. And he probably will never have the trimmer's touch. I don't see that form of, I don't see that amount of, I don't want to say pride. I don't want to insult the man. I just don't see that type of, you know, intestinal fortitude to want to do work the way I want it done. He'll do it the way, you know, it's grass. And that would be his attitude. It's grass. I'm cutting the grass. The grass is short. It was tall, now it's short. What's the problem? You know, getting that whole line straight, you know, weed eating smooth, no burn marks, things like that, blending with the weed eater, edging a crisp line, things like that is something that owners do and very prideful people do. That's not necessarily something people do that just are trying to just make some money, one day cutting grass, the next day hauling junk, right? So that's what we got going on. 19 lawns, weed and feed on the way down, and get that weed and feed down before it rains tomorrow. And so that'll be like the income of 20 lawns, and then 2 house washes, and an estimate on palm tree trimming with some hedges. So basically, we got 21 clients, 19, 20. We got 21 clients to service today and 2 house washes after that. So we'll just have to see how it goes. All right? All right. Okay, so we're getting things situated. 17 to go. 2 down. So this one, which is a rental, and the homeowners pay me from overseas through email and my online payment option. They go to 7 days here in about a month. They're going to go to every 7 days. That's one of the 2 that I have that'll go to 7 days. So we got 2 done, 17 to go. But Comcast showed up, and oh crap! Is this my guy? This is my guy already. No, it's not. All right, be right back. Okay, so Comcast shows up to that house, and nobody's home. And so, you know, they're looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know. She said something about she'll be here between 8 and 12. And they just looked at me like, you know, because you know to deal with like Comcast cable and stuff, these places. Oh, we'll be there between 8 and 12. So I was like, I don't know. She said she'll be here like around 8 to 12. So it's 2 guys, right? So one guy gets his phone and he calls his supervisors or whatever, and he's got on hold music. I'm like, Comcast put you on hold? And he just looked at me. I'm like, isn't it ironic? And I just had to laugh and walk away. Man, I hate Comcast. I freaking hate Comcast. Hate it. They suck. They're huge Obama supporters. They acquired NBC. They bought NBC. And, you know, so they run NBC, MSNBC, CNBC. They run all that crap with, you know, under the Comcast NBC logo. I don't know if you guys know that, but Comcast was given authority through the Obama administration to buy NBC and become this huge network. Meanwhile, AT&T was trying to do the same thing with T-Mobile and was denied. And when you look back at their records, Comcast and the employees and the top dogs and the CEO, especially of Comcast, are the largest contributors to President Obama's presidential campaign. And AT&T as a company donated to Mitt Romney. So figure that out, right? But I just hate Comcast. They suck. They're the only ones around. And, you know, they do whatever they want to do. Because there's nobody else here. But AT&T Universe is coming to our area, and I can't wait for that. And I wish there were other companies coming, like Cox Cable and things like that. I wish they were coming. So, I mean, I'm telling you right now, if any other cable company comes to this area and can provide internet, high-speed internet, not just broadband shit, but real true high-speed internet, Comcast is done in this area. I tell you, nobody likes Comcast. Nobody. So, like I have DirecTV, and I use Comcast's Xfinity. It's called their Xfinity internet, because the broadband just sucks. You can't use it. It just sucks. Trying to put a video online would take freaking forever. But my guy should be calling me fairly soon, and together me and him should start pumping out some work here. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, so I got my guy in tow. I just finished this yard myself. I'll try to do a drive-by and show you on my way back out. It's a U-turn here. So we got 16 more to go in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. So we actually have probably about 3 hours, and the rain's going to be on us, and then it's going to be pretty shitty tomorrow. So here's the yard we just did. It was a mess. It took me a long time because the hedges were really bad. I guess she took the winter off too, and she didn't do nothing. Usually she does her own trimming, but that was quite a mess. But hey, that one's in shape. So we got 3 done. One of them is a first time cut. Now we're gonna go do one on its own that we did about 2 weeks ago. We did the pressure wash on the side of the house, and I mowed and I fertilized the front. So I got the front whipped up real nice. The back hasn't been touched, but she said it wasn't bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my guy start mowing the backyard, and I'm going to cut, edge, and weed eat, you know, the front, and weed eat the back. And then depending on where we're at, I might leave him to finish mowing and blow off with the, you know, the handheld blower. So right now he has my push mower because it's self-propelled, and he has my push mower, my bag attachment for it, my garbage can, and my blower, my handheld blower. So with that, I can do all the things I need to do and leave, knowing that all he has to do is finish mowing. Maybe if I leave a pile out front that needs to be bagged, he can run it over with the mower and bag it up, and do a final touch blow. But I'll do the important blow, you know what I mean? I'll do the important stuff and see how that works. Now here's a thought. What if I stood this guy up with, like, say, my Troy BILT, a rake, a garbage can, and gas, and I give him a route, and I say the following 8 yards will be mowed today, and you will make, you know, $6, $7 a yard to mow, $56 or $60, or $100, I don't know, whatever. But we figure out a fair price that, you know, he has zero investment. He's just going to show up with his truck and he's going to mow. I go and I weed eat, edge, trim the hedges, rake it all out, have everything prepped for a good mow job, so it gets mowed and a final blow. So I edge, I weed eat, I trim the hedges, I blow the clippings out, you know, I spray the weeds, I blow everything in, I have everything ready 100%, and I leave. I don't mow. And I don't carry a trailer. I just do it all from my pickup truck. And he rolls up right behind me with his mower to do cleanup. To do a cleanup job. You know what I mean? What if we did that? That'd be kind of cool. And I'm talking to you guys, and I drove right by my customer's house. So, but we're gonna stop here and grab some big gulps and get things situated in that way. Drink. Sorry, I'm concentrating, thinking. But how about that, huh? I show up, I do the trimmer's touch, I have everything ready to go, and he shows up right behind me with a mower with the bag attachment for if it needs to be bagged, and and his job is simply mow. Just mow. He mows. He mows, and then whatever mess he makes from the mower, he blows it away. You know? But I do the big blowing. I do the weed eating, the edging. I get all that crap cleaned up. What if that was the case, huh? Now, he'd only be able to do like maybe 8 or 9 of those yards a day with a 20-inch mower. I mean, that's just too much walking. But let's say he did that. He did 8 yards a day, right? Let's say I have 8 $40 yards. So I make 320 bucks, right? I give him a cut. Say I give him $8 a yard. Because, I mean, he's not going to make much more than that. It's my equipment, my gas, my everything. So he makes $8 a yard. Not $8 an hour, not $12 an hour. He makes $8 a yard. So if he wants to run with that mower, as long as it looks good, I don't care. He could be done by lunch with 56 bucks in his pocket, or 8 times 8 is 64 bucks. So he makes $64. So he makes $64 out of my $320. So I'm left with 480. What's 320? That's 20. Then carry 40 down, 260. So I make 260 bucks to drive around with my truck alone and do those 8 yards. Then when I'm done with that, I go and I mow about 3 or 4 more yards. Huh. Maybe 5 or 6 more yards. Huh. Something to think about. Okay, so that's one down together. A little teamwork there. Took us about 15 minutes. No kidding. And I'm out of there. So we got 4 done, 15 more to go. And we're going to go into a neighborhood now where we have 2 that a really good thing about it is, my drink, is the 1 yard is all small mower anyway, so it'll be good to have him there with that. But he mowed this backyard. I did the front. I weed eated, I edged, and I weed eated and edged the back. And he finished before me. So he actually blew off the front with the handheld blower, and now he's just touching up the back, which ain't much, just the back porch and stuff, some leaves. And then he's gonna meet me down at this next house, so I'm moving. And I'm moving without, or with the trailer. He's gonna catch up without the trailer. And we're gonna have 2 in that neighborhood. So 4, yeah, 15 to go. So after that, it'll be 13 to go. So we'll basically have a full day for me, solo. Once we're done with these next 2, that'll be 13. 2 of them are my right next door neighbor. So those could be done Saturday if I have to. Those will be the last ones I do today. So that would be 11. And then we got 2 together, that's 9. Then 2 together, that's 7. Then 1, 2 on their own, that's 5. And then 1 on their own, that's 4. And I know I'm missing, I gotta look at my notes. I'm missing a few in there. I don't know. I gotta look. Well, yeah, there's 1, that's 3. So, and then 2, I'm missing 2 off the top of my head from memory. Oh, right there, that's 1. And then I can't remember who the other one is off the top of my head. But then I got 1 more. Oh, there she is. All right, and that would be it. That'd be 0. So it's doable. It's doable to have all 19 yards done today. It's all going to depend on the weather, if the weather's going to hold out or not. We'll see. Well, this is working out pretty freaking good right now. We just knocked out 2 more. That was an hour with travel. Not even an hour, really. Yeah, it's 12:40. So, I don't know, whatever. So, we have 6 done? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 done, so we have 13 more to go. I'm right here at this place where the guy wants me to look at his palm trees and hedges, shrubs, whatever. So I'm going to take a quick gander and drive on. I'm going to hit that one house I need to drop fertilizer on. I'm going to do that. Okay, so it must be that house, because that's the one with fertilizer. 4, 6, 8. Yep. Or, I mean, that's the one with the palm tree. Be right back. Okay, so that was interesting. So the job is trim the hedges all up and trim a couple palm trees up. Just clean them up. So I'm like, sure, no problem. So I'm looking at like $175 for about, I don't know, about 20 minutes of trimming and probably about 40 minutes of cleanup at least. And then what the hell am I going to do with it, right? So he's like, well, what would it cost if you just did the heavy lifting? And I'm like, you mean I show up, I trim, I walk? He's like, yep, I'll do all the cleanup. I'll rake it over time, I'll pile it up, let the county take it for. I'm like, dude, now you're talking, man. I said, I'll tell you what, those 2 palm trees and these hedges, $75, cash money. I mean, I'll be there maybe 30 minutes with a hedge trimmer and my chainsaw, pole saw, my gas powered. I mean, maybe 30 minutes, maybe. So I'll cut the palm trees up, just shape them up real quick. They just got some dead branches. And then I'm just gonna shape some hedges, trim hedges. With I mean, if it takes me 20 minutes to do them hedges, I should find a new place of employment, because that would be bad. So we got that. So that's a nice little chunk of change. Are you dirty? Man, I'm sorry, guys. That's a nice little chunk of change. All right, So now I'm going to run down here and I'm going to do this weed and feed in this customer's yard. Now, I'm rushing, guys. I'm sorry, but I didn't have the time to show you one of those jobs. I did the lawn, I did the weed and feed, and I did the pressure wash 2 weeks ago on video with you guys. And those weeds are nice and crispy. So the bonus S weed and feed's working good. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a half a bag that I have left on this guy's yard here, and get things going for him, and then we step on down. We got 13 yards to do, all relatively close to each other, not a big deal. Actually, I think 14 yards. I got one written in my calendar, a new one that I got to try to get to. So we'll see, guys, we'll see. Okay, so we're good. We got the weed and feed applied. So I'm gonna run to my house and grab my 5-gallon jug of but my marine gas, and I need to mix up a couple gallons. And I got 13 yards that I got to get done between today and tomorrow, and Saturday if I have to, but hopefully not. But between today and tomorrow, I got 13 yards to do. And I got 2 house washes that can be done whenever. And then I got this hedge job, quick $75 that just little dog. They just look so pitiful when they're taking a dump. Little dogs taking a dump. It just looks so painful. But yeah. So far the clouds are holding up. It's 106 and I'm 2 yards shy of my financial goal for the day. So that's pretty good. That's really good, because this weed and feed was 100% profit, because this bag was, and I didn't even use the whole bag. This bag, I had like 3/4 of a bag left. And now this isn't the bonus S weed and feed. This was the turf builder with weed and feed. There's a difference in the chemical. The Scott's turf builder for southern lawns with the weed killer in it, I don't remember what it's called. It's like a white color. Works better than the bonus S weed and feed, the purple stuff. The purple stuff works good. This stuff crisps it up like there's no tomorrow. So man, a lonely vulture eating something dead. I've never seen a lonely vulture. It's kind of weird. So speaking of which, I had Chinese food last night for dinner. I'm trying to figure out what those ribs were. Whatever. They were good though. Okay, so we got 9 done. And what I'm starting to do right now is I'm starting to shop for my yards that required a 20-inch, the small mower, so we can get this done, you know. So whatever's left, I can get, you know, I can use the big mower and just knock this crap out tomorrow. So, but we got 9 done right now, plus the fertilizer. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it kind of is. Because I mean, all my guy's doing is he's just helping with mowing in the backyard. He's not, you know, he's not like a full-time dude where it's like he's mowing and I'm weed eating and edging and we're both blowing. I mean, we'd be on 18 by now if that was the case, but he doesn't have those type of skills. So he's just helping me mow the backyards, get them cleaned up. I'm doing all the weed eating, all the edging. I'm doing 99% of the blowing. I'm mowing all the fronts. So, I mean, I'm still doing a majority of the work. Okay, he's just mowing a little bit of the backyard. Hang on, let me help this guy out. You need help? You got it? Okay. Okay. Guy was, are we still recording? Yeah, the guy was muscling his walk behind out of his trailer. I don't know. I guess he puts it in and then turns it sideways so he can shut the gate, and he has to hop it over to get it out. Okay. Do what you got to do, right? But hey, that's what you do, man. You stop, you ask if they need help, and hopefully one day he'll remember me, and I might be in a bad way, and he might stop and help me. I mean, that's it. We're all in this together. I only have you, and you only have me. That's all we got out here. So it's not like the customer's going to come out and help you. All right. Okay, so 10 yards mowed, 1 yard weed and feed complete. Estimate given and accepted. Financial goal met. So now it's just 10 yards to pump out, and what I'm doing is, like I said earlier, I'm finding and locating the yards that have to have the small mower while I have this cat, while he's working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm knocking those out, whether they're due today or they're due tomorrow. That's kind of hurting me on time a little bit, but it'll be made up very easily tomorrow when I don't have to screw with any of that crap. When all I have to do is big mow and not mess with anything else. Just big mow. So that one's done. So I mean, we're getting there, but tomorrow's gonna grow. Tomorrow's gonna be bigger than just what I have here. Because one guy that I have here that I'm gonna do tomorrow morning is going to be, it's going to be him and his neighbor, but I don't have his information yet. So that's 2 yards for tomorrow. Then I got one more, that's 3 for tomorrow. Then I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at a minimum. I think 9 or 10 to do tomorrow, but I think they're all going to be, well, no, one of them's my neighbor, and we use a small mower in her backyard, but it's such a little backyard, and I don't have to do her tomorrow, so those 2 will be done last. If I don't do them tonight while this video is uploading, I might just do them tonight, because my wife is going to have the kids. I'm not going to make it to the kids' game tonight. There's just no way. I can't risk it, and you know, what are you gonna do? You know, you're a single family or single income earner in a house of 4, so you got to work late. Can I swing by there? I can swing by there, peek in, take a picture, and leave as I'm getting something, you know. But nope, not gonna happen. Not this time. So I'm gonna run up here. See, like I'm passing y'all. I just passed 1, 2, 3. I just passed doing 3 yards that I'm just going to push off for tomorrow because I want to get these yards done where I can use a second guy while I have him. So we'll use him for about another hour, then I'll kick him free. That'll make it about 4:30, and then from there we'll figure out what we're going to do. Right now, every lawn that I get done from this point on is gravy for tomorrow morning, because I got all the hard, all the far, all the small mowing yards, you know, I got all those knocked out, so that makes tomorrow's day much easier. So we'll have to see. Okay, so I settled up with him, and so I bought him and his friend's son. He's just kind of like watching him. I don't know, he's like 20 or something like that, 22, 26, I don't know how old he is. I bought them both lunch, which was $11. Well, I went back to my house to get my 5-gallon can of marine gas. So I let them eat lunch while I did some errands, you know, doing that. And so that was $11, and I bought $4 worth of drinks and snacks earlier. And then I gave him 60. So he comes out with like $75 on this deal. And he's taking about a quarter of a load away for me from this last house. We pulled off tree roots out of the trees, or vines, thick ass vines we pulled out of the tree. So I got 12 yards done today, but it's not like 12 of them small yards yesterday. This is 12, you know, hefty size yards with some traveling. So I got 12 yards done, and I got a weed and feed done, and I got an estimate done, which is going to come in very handy next week. And it's only 4:40. It's 4:42 right now. So I mean, it's not like it's 6 o'clock. Now, $75. Jesus, somebody's blowing me up. So that's 75 bucks, right, out of my day's income. But I'm at almost 500 bucks right now. So I'm over my goal, even paying him. I'm over my goal. And it's only let's say, well, I mean, it's 4:43 now, so let's say it's 4:45. So I mean, this ended up working out pretty nice because I did get a lot of work done, and I did satisfy my customer that needed a weed and feed, and you know, I told him I'd get it down before it rained. I did get the estimate done, which will come in very handy next week. That $75 cut and run of just the hedges is going to be nice. And I did get all my small yards, just about all my small yards done that needed to get done. Not small yards, but small mower yards. I got my neighbor's one uses the small mower. A new one that I'm going to do tomorrow is 2, more than likely. Oh shit, sorry. I got one across the street from my neighborhood. That's 3. That requires my push mower. So that's 3. That leaves 4 or 5 yards on the schedule that are 20-inch, or that are big mow, you know, all 0 turn. So I gotta park and figure out what's left. I got a guy on my calendar I need to pencil him in for tomorrow to get done. He's a new one. And I got probably 7 more that are due. So I need to look, and then I'll be back to update you guys. But today was kind of a crazy day, but we got a lot done. I mean, we're right at around 500 bucks right now. We're really close. I'll add it up. I'll tally it up. I'll pull up over here at Walgreens, and I'll make a decision as to what I'm going to do. All right. Okay, so I got things pretty much figured out financially. After paying him $75 total with lunch, with snacks, and with 60 bucks. I'm just barely over my daily goal. And I mean, and I could go home right now and be good with that and be happy with that, because I'm not even really tired, because I didn't really do any of the little mowing. You know, I wasn't out there really pounding that 20-inch. So, you know, I kind of feel good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend about 45 minutes, so I'll probably end my day about 5:30. I'm going to do one more yard here and see what we can do about video, and try to get you guys some closeout video for the day. Do a real pretty yard, and clean up this lady's yard, and that will get me well over my financial goal for the week, or for the day, and that will put me in a pretty good position, which I'll tell you in just a minute, for tomorrow. Okay, so I'll finish this one today. We'll do some video. That's going to leave 7 on the table for tomorrow, a plus $300 day, a little bit over 300. And 7, I should be able to get those 7 done before we have the threatening afternoon showers, and only, I think, 2 of those are going to require a push mower. One's a new one, and one's my absolute neighbor right next door to me. Not a big deal if I don't get those 2 done tomorrow. They can be done Saturday. So no problem there. So let's go ahead. Let's do some work. Let's get this yard done. Let's do a start to finish front yard, cut, edge, trim, and blow, and let you guys see how fancy this front yard looks when it's all said and done. It's really a pretty yard. In fact, I'm going to pull up so we can have some room for the camera. And let's get this front yard done, looking right. All right, so what you saw me doing with the weed eater was I was blending it in. Sometimes I 20-inch this yard. God darn it. Sorry. So most of the times I'll 20-inch this yard, but I wanted to do it with the big mower and show you guys. If you go back in the video and you look before I went across all this and started weed eating it and smoothing it out, you'll see it's a little choppy, not 100% like a carpet, and that's not my style. I want it to look nice. So then I go back with my weed eater, and that's another reason why I don't like to use the shield. So I like to get the line out longer than the razor blade on the shields and blend it in. You know, it turns into a 17 or 18-inch lawnmower, and I just kind of blend the yard in. So, you know, sometimes it's quicker, faster, and more better to use your push mower, because then you end up not really having to do that. But with a push mower, you end up with all the wheel marks, all the tire tracks, and now there's virtually no tire tracks. So that's why I did it that way, just to make it a carpet. Now let me finish blowing off these beds over here, and then backyard. All right, man, I know I'm trashed. I mean, I am trashed. So that's done, but you guys got to see a customer come up and read my magnet. I don't know if you saw him, maybe the trailer blocked it, but when I was talking to okay, well, first you saw me do this and say no time. The guy across the street wanted me to come over and do a once in a whiler, and I was like, you know, I can't, man. It's 5:30. I'm tired. I just did 13 yards, so I'm done. But I'll check with him tomorrow if the weather holds out. I got 7 yards to do tomorrow, so I'll check with him tomorrow and see. At the end of the day, I got his number because I pressure washed his driveway and sidewalk in his house a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I don't know, whatever. Maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today, actually, I pressure washed his house and driveway and everything. So I'll check with him tomorrow. I'm beat, you know, and I get it. Sometimes people have a little extra jingle in their pocket, and they see the lawn guy and they're like, hey man, can you hook me up? And man, I get that, and hey man, I'll take that, you know, as long as it's not too out of shape and I get a fair dollar for it, I'll do it. But they get least priority, you know what I mean? My regularly scheduled customers get top priority, and I'm beat. So I need to go home. I got a lot of paperwork to do. I got to do my, you know, the 13 customers that I did. I got to mark down those that paid. I got to invoice either through email or print them. Whoever didn't pay, most of them are email. Get this video up. And this customer here, there's a little bit of delay. I should have been done a little bit sooner, but my customer came out in the backyard, started talking my ear off. She wants me to fix her fence. I call her my second wife. She needs me to come by tomorrow night and fix her toilet. So, I mean, I just do whatever she needs. I don't know. She puts money into my business, and, you know, keeps me going with work. So, you know, you see that mulch and everything, that looks really nice. And I mean, so I help her out. She's there. Her fence in the back needs to be repaired, so I'll go over there and fix that. And it's not like a Garth Brooks song or anything like that. So I don't want you guys getting carried away. So yeah. 13 done, over 500 in revenue generated, over 400 in goal after paying the contractor, which is what he is. He's a 1099 contractor. So I'm not, you know, overly, what's the word I'm looking for? Not concerned, but I don't worry about it. It's 1099 with him because he is a contractor. So what are all these people doing parked in front of my house? Looks like they're picking their kids up for school or something from the bus stop. So, oh, okay, that's my old neighbor, and she waits for her kids. Okay. All right, so what we got for tomorrow, we got 7 yards for tomorrow. That includes a brand new one, 2 brand new ones, 1 first-time cut, at least 1 first-time cut. So tomorrow's not going to be a big deal, but it's not going to be great either. I mean, we're going to have our work cut out for us tomorrow. Them 7 yards, got to get them done as soon as possible because that rain's supposed to be coming in the afternoon. And then once it comes, it's going to be on us. And I don't work in lightning. So if there's lightning around, you won't see me. No way. Too many people in Florida when I was growing up, starting out my lawn business back then in high school and stuff, man. People would get struck by lightning all the time. It's crazy. Down in South Florida. There's no way I'm dealing with that. You can tell I'm tired. I can't back in my damn driveway right now. Get that door opening up. Let's try it again. One more time. There it goes. Batteries must be getting low. So that's it, guys. We're going to get this video up. I hope you enjoyed today. Got to see another side. You know, having a contractor come along and work with me. Not a full-time employee. Not somebody that I hire or fire. It says, hey, this is where I need you. Come here. This is what I need you to do. And if they say no, okay, whatever. Then tomorrow I can use them again. You know. So that worked out pretty good, I think. Yeah. 7 yards to do tomorrow. Can't complain. Out of 19, well, 20 really, because I wasn't counting that new one on the calendar. So we started the day with 20 to do. We got 7 left. I would say that's pretty good. And it's not like 8 o'clock at night either. So pulling in my driveway at a reasonable hour. About an hour behind where I would like to be, but that's okay. We're here. We're here now. We'll see you tomorrow.